Lee, okay, Lee, I'm on. I started talking and didn't click the broadcast on, so here I am again. Thanks for meeting with me the other day. I have had lots of thoughts and discussed a few ideas with colleagues and got quite a lot of interested feedback. It's got to be seen whether we can implement all of these things, but here's my set of ideas. My subject, ACS, Assessment of Communication and Swallowing, is for, excuse me, I was going to take these off. Is not going out to the clinical schools. It's all here. PBL, I think we will leave as it is, but it's the teaching, the direct teaching that I'd like to make some changes to for increased efficiency and certainly to meet our criteria for FOLD. Okay, so the lecture, I really liked your idea where I could perhaps interview all of my lecturers. Sometimes it will be me and sometimes it will be my colleagues to do a pre-lecture kind of clip where I go and speak to the lecturer and ask them to talk about what they're talking about, why they're talking about it, the context of where it fits in, and so forth. I anticipate that I would ask staff to talk for about half an hour, and I suspect that this could take a good half an hour to even an hour off the formal lecture, so it just means that students listen to or attend a lecture for 1 hour instead of 2 hours. So we're saving some time here, which is one benefit, and the other benefit is that students can get access to the lecture content well before the Wednesday, which is when it's scheduled, which is often a little bit late during the week. So part one, what we're calling currently a lecture, we'll have to rename it, would be me uploading a clip, sorry, it's my phone, me uploading a clip and then having the lecture proceed as normal, but just for 1 hour instead of 2 hours. Okay. The second area that I'd like to address are the skill classes. We spoke quite a lot about those skill classes. They are these 2 hour more practical workshops that are run, I think, very well, but very inefficiently. For example, it's usually me or one of my colleagues doing repeat classes of 2 hours on a Wednesday, and that follows the current 2 hour lecture that students are already having on a Wednesday. And then the same thing is occurring in Bendigo. So 6 hours of staff time could be reduced down to about 2 hours, and it's here that I'd really like to use the Google Hangouts model that we spoke about. So I would need some technical support here from you, but it would involve students at probably 2 locations at La Trobe, 1 location at Bendigo, so that's already 3 locations, and I know we have a maximum of 9, and then we could work out how, if we could set up other locations. Not really sure, but people would have to cluster around some location, perhaps in the library. I'm not really sure. Otherwise, we could run it over the 3 locations, 2 rooms concurrently set up at Bundoora, 1 at Bendigo, and that's it. And then people can either choose to attend or choose to listen online where they can't get the interactive aspect. So that's really what I've come to think about. I think it's probably just a slight extension of what we spoke about when we met. Could we perhaps meet and discuss this further about more of the nuts and bolts of how it would all work? I'll need to test it out. I'll need to run it by staff to see if I can get everyone on board. I think I mentioned to you, but this subject is taught as an integrated subject. So all of my colleagues teach, most of my colleagues teach at some point into this subject, as opposed to it just being one person running the subject. So we kind of have to have a lot of people on board with it. I think it's doable, but I do feel I need to have it set out very clearly and with quite prescriptively for this to actually work. And I'd like it to get ready on board for beginning of next year, so from early March next year. Okay, I'm going to stop the broadcast. I don't actually know how I get this to you, but I'll contact you by email now and ask you.